Ladies and gentlemen, it's Idiot Sports Talk. I know it's been a while, but it's your boy, Ezra Ice Cream, even though I got the Archer going on, the $900 turtleneck. What was that? This is Joel Rodriguez. You've seen him here plenty of times. Part of IST. Stand-up comedian. You know, if you're from New York City, he's got a couple shows.
What's going on, y'all?
Oh, man, we got to talk about...
Happy to see y'all.
You're not happy to see me?
Yes.
I haven't seen you in a while either.
I'm happy, yeah.
No, I was going to say the first time I saw you was at the Super Bowl party.
When you faked your sickness.
I was not faking my sickness. I had to go in my friend's room, go beat off, and stay there because I was sick.
Yeah, sure.
Anyway, let's talk about the NBA All-Star Weekend 2014. Before we get into this conversation, I must say, I saw about 3% of the All-Star Weekend. And 1% was about the celebrity game with Kevin Martin, and I saw Kevin Hart. Oh yeah, who was this? That white dude, Duncan?
Yeah.
He was killing it for
for
like 30 seconds. I saw the game, and the only reason that I saw that was because at work, I work at a bar. They were showing the celebrity game. That's the only reason I saw it for 30 seconds. The other 2% was 2 events that need to be absolutely abolished, destroyed,
done with.
And everybody's talking about and killing the dunk contest, which we'll get into about their new rules. But these 2 events, in my mind, and you agree, need to be absolutely destroyed. That is the Shooting Stars and the Skills Challenge. Shooting Stars, I got no problem having, your old-timer and your WNBA player. But let's make it a 3-on-3 game. I would like that. I think that would be more enjoyable than a layup, a 3-pointer, and a half-court shot. Woo!
Yeah, let's do
NBA players taking shots! Uncontested shots! Practice shots! That's exciting.
No.
That's what the NBA puts on. And that's what the sports radio, Stephen A. Smith, Colin, Michael K., that's what we get here in New York City, are not talking about. They're talking about the dunk rules.
Why?
Why don't you talk about getting rid of this crap first before getting on the dunk rules?
The crowd, they talk about how the crowd was dull or bored with the dunk contest. They were bored the whole night. The whole,
Who gets excited in the skills challenge when Troy Burke throws a ball through a target?
They don't even take it seriously. They're bored when they're doing that thing.
Reggie Miller was killing. Who was he killing? Reggie Jackson.
Yes, for being lackadaisical.
Yeah, taking it easy. Lollygagging. He doesn't care. Skills challenge. The skills challenge. Here what it says. Skills challenge. Do they do this during their NBA combine?
No.
Do they go through a course like this?
No. And do they have to prove they have skills? They're in the NBA, for crying out loud. It's the worst idea I've ever seen, man. As far as All-Star Game festivity, in any sport, it's the worst one.
It makes no sense. Those 2 events.
Now they're trying to make it a tag team thing, right? They're trying to make it.
They made it to a tag team this year.
What?
Yeah.
Come on, just stop. Stop.
I got no problem with the twerks. The little tweaking and all that. I don't know why twerk came in my head. Yeah. It is an English word now for you guys out there. Snapple fact. And we're not even presented by Snapple. Give me a panel for that. Talk to me, Snapple.
How? Snapple Apple?
The half and half is my favorite.
Yeah. Go bananas.
Go bananas. That's a nice one. But the point is here, tweaking, he's got no problem. A lot of people are killing or, pun intended, slamming the dunk contest. What do you think?
They're right. The dunk contest was bad. The one thing that bugged me with the dunk contest was it was 1-on-1, right? The second round. And John Wall wins his round, and it was over after that. Then the fans voted as to, what?
Dunk of the night.
Yeah, why did they just have all 3 of the guys who won go against each other?
I love how I said dunker of the night.
Yeah.
They all had one dunk.
That was awful.
Dunker of the night, and they all had one dunk.
It was awful. It was terrible. The only thing that was even remotely interesting was a 3-point contest. It's the only, I like what they did. That there's a whole Moneyball rack now.
Yeah,
you can put it anywhere you want. I don't understand why basketball players don't put it in the effing top of the key, because it's the easiest shot to make. I know it's the furthest shot to make, but straight away shouldn't be hard for an NBA player. Put it right there. What are you doing on the wings? But that was probably the only thing that was even remotely interesting. Every other thing, it was just a snooze, man. It should be 3-on-3. Skylar Diggins, and let's just say if Kevin Durant is guarding Skylar Diggins and Skylar Diggins hits a J in his face, right? People will remember that. Nobody gives a shit that Chris Bosh hits 2 half-court shots in 30 seconds. Nobody cares about this.
And I think that will help the WNBA brand. That's the only reason they have the shooting stars.
Yeah.
To try to help the NBA brand grow a little bit. You haven't played 3-on-3 like you say. It might be an epic game. I don't expect an intense 3-on-3.
No, of course not.
But maybe you want to see Karl Malone, play against an old. You want to see something.
That'll happen, and eventually, maybe you'll see Magic against LeBron for like a couple seconds, and it's not the most intense thing in the world, but it's a fantasy thing that we've been dying to see. And they just don't do it. And
it creates somewhat of like a one-on-one. It's a 3-on-3, but you can create like that one-on-one matchup real quick to see, and it'll be fun to talk about. And I just think that's got to be more exciting than the shooting stars.
It's awful.
We'll keep the 3-point contest. I like the 3-point contest. You can make an argument the 3-point contest was more entertaining than the dunk contest. I won't go that far. Okay?
Might have been.
This year, you can make that argument. I know a couple years back it was when they had the Gerald Wallace dunk. That was the worst dunk contest ever.
I have to mention this. Your Brooklyn Nets, Joe Johnson.
You should have never been there.
What the hell was he doing
he does it
in a 3-point contest?
I said this, on War Room Sports with conjunction with Sports Kings. We all agree Joe Johnson deserved to be a part of this All-Star weekend. He just didn't deserve it.
He was shooting like an old woman driving in the highway.
He didn't care.
He didn't even finish.
He didn't care.
He didn't even get to the last rack.
He didn't care.
What was he doing, yo? He was on scissor. He was on a scissor. Something.
So far we've, we eliminated one event. We just recreated another. Shooting stars 3-on-3. I like that. The tweaks, I guess next year. I don't know. You think they're gonna go forward with the tweaks next year? The dunk contest?
I think they're gonna change it again.
Yeah, I think they're gonna change it again too.
Because I remember one year they had this thing with the wheel where you had to spin the wheel and whatever dunk it landed on, that's the dunk you had to do.
Oh, okay.
And that didn't really work out, and they just took it out right away.
So Adam Silver is gonna be,
yeah,
he's gonna be going back to the drawing board here, and hopefully the sports radio, stars, Stephen A. Smith, Skip Bayless, whoever else is out there, why don't you just join on the IST Idiot Sports bandwagon and adopt us saying destroy these 2 events. Okay? Because none of you guys, all you guys are just slamming the dunk contest and letting that other crap slide by. That's pissing me off. They're just letting, you want to talk all this shit, you want to fix the All-Star Weekend, let's talk about the whole All-Star Weekend and not just one event.
Yeah, it's like having Mayweather and Pacquiao fight, but the undercard is straight. But it's just terrible fighters under. That's what it's a horrible undercard.
I didn't like that analogy because no one really cares about the undercard. Usually,
no, boxing fans do.
I said boxing. Yeah. I'm talking about the casual mainstream fan that just orders the fight once in a blue moon.
Right,
they don't care for the undercard.
All right.
And to the dunk contest. Forget about the tweaks for a second. I understand. I want to get on fans. I don't want to get on anybody really. I just want to put my opinion out there. Paul George's dunk was better than John Wall's dunk. The reason why people are hyped and, because, hyped, and excited about that John Wall dunk, which was a really nice dunk. I'm not going to get on it too much. He did it on his first try. I understand it loses its luster when you
see it and then you know what he's gonna
do. I understand losing, but if you go by the degree of difficulty, that dunk was more impressive than John Wall's.
I'll agree with that.
You gotta get a 360 between the legs and slammed it down. I understand it took him 3 tries because it's a difficult dunk.
Yeah. John Wall can't do that dunk.
No, he cannot. He did a nice dunk.
Mm-hmm.
But, and that Ben McLemore shit, nice presentation.
Yeah, that was the presentation was way better. Harrison Barnes was the Joe Johnson of the dunk contest, by the way. What were you doing, dude? He just did a regular, I don't know, some little...
That's another thing. Young stars of the NBA. If you want to be in a dunk contest, try a dunk contest dunk.
Try something.
It's not regular dunk contest.
Try something that I know I can do in the business. You know, like, do something different, man.
It made Harrison Barnes, he's just had an all-around bad year. And this weekend has just capped off how shitty his year's been. You know, maybe some teams should trade for him, though. Now, I don't think the Warriors are ready to give up on him, but still.
So what about the All-Star game?
All-Star game, like I said, I saw 3% of it. What I did, I actually posted on Facebook, on Idiot Sports Talk, cheap plug. I saw Hobbit.
The cheapest.
I saw The Hobbit yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't you watch that movie already?
No, I'm talking about part 2, man.
Oh.
The Smog, which was pretty good. It wasn't as good as part 1, but you guys are not here to talk about me. Hear me talk about The Hobbit, which I love fantasy movies, sci-fi movies. So yeah, I didn't watch it. What about you? Did you watch it?
I did watch the All-Star game, yes. This is actually the first time in a few years I watched All-Star game beginning to end because I did not want to watch Kanye pose to Kim, and my girlfriend did. So I said, yo, I want to watch the All-Star game. Just got away with it. But I thought it was a good game. The All-Star game is what it is. It's just one big exhibition. You know, it's kind of like the D-League All-Star game, which we didn't mention. All right, and I'm just going to go on a small tangent here. The D-League All-Star game. Don't call it futures versus prospects when you got 35-year-old guys playing in the damn D-League All-Star game.
What's his name?
Melvin Ely.
Melvin Ely.
Hilton Armstrong was in the goddamn NBA D-League All-Star game. Hilton Armstrong played with Ben Gordon, I think, at UConn. The guy's been around. What is he doing?
Melvin Ely is 35 years old.
Melvin Ely is 35
but like
years old.
you tweeted that, and I told you. Kind of made sense. He could be the future...
Don't come. Shut the fuck.
Future Knick prospect. That's what I tweeted you. Anyway, so the dunk contest. I mean, the All-Star game.
The NBA All-Star game was good. Blake Griffin, who I think has improved leaps and bounds, by the way, has
38 points.
38 points, 18 in the first quarter. He had like 6 dunks in the first quarter, like the first 4 minutes.
I heard he had like 4 alleys. Easy.
It was insane. It was ridiculous.
Looking at the numbers, I feel like he got robbed out of the MVP, even though they lost.
Yeah. You could make a case. He was going to win it had the West
won it.
Yeah. And I lost a little bit of money because he was, I think, 12-1 odds win MVP, and I put like $20 in. Whatever. But he had a good game. You know, Melo hit 7 threes, NBA All-Star game record. Irving had a nice fourth quarter. The fourth quarter is why you watch All-Star games, though. You know, that's when
it gets
they buckle down and they start playing. They call fouls. You know, it was good. It was all right. What I would like to see happen with the All-Star game, though, personally, I would like to see the top 2 vote getters be able to choose their team. I would say LeBron is the top vote getter.
And
right?
then Durant's second.
And Durant's the second vote. All right. Okay, not East versus West. LeBron had the most votes. He picked first, then Durant, and y'all just pick your team.
So like a street.
Yeah,
you know,
kind of like a street game. I got this guy.
I got this guy. Yep, boom.
That, I think, would be a lot more fun.
That might be pretty cool, you know, see what these guys would come up with for teams.
And their name is on the thing. You know, it's LeBron versus...
And the only thing I want to think, and if you're going to do it like that, I will add like this. The first 4 you pick, that's your starting lineup.
Yeah.
That's your starting lineup. So if you pick like 5 point guards, you pick 4 point guards first, that's your starting lineup.
You got to play.
You got to play them.
Yeah.
For a minimum for like 6 minutes straight. I want to see that. Can you imagine that?
Yeah. Imagine Paul and Lillard and Kyrie and Curry.
Against like Dwight Howard, Blake Griffin.
and Aldridge and LeBron.
The first 6 minutes of the game. So if that's the case, because that's how you do it on the court, when you pick your team, that's who's starting.
Yeah.
You know, usually when you pick 4 of the guys, that's your team set for the rest of the game. But when you want all your all-stars there, but those got to be your starters. I like that idea, but I like my little twist at it. Those guys got to start first 6 minutes of the game. That's pretty cool. I like that tweak. You know, overall, I don't want to slam. It looks like we're slamming the NBA All-Star Weekend. I don't want to get on them too much. Okay. I just feel like you need to eliminate some things. They got too much going on in the weekend.
All All-Star games suck. That's what it comes. They all aren't good.
But at least we can say this: they're all better than the Pro Bowl.
Yes, all of them are better than Pro Bowl.
Pro Bowl's the worst All-Star game.
You know what's funny with the NFL? Again, small tangent. The NFL has the opportunity that if they had a skills competition, would be way more interesting than any other sport. Like if they had Reggie Bush race RG like a 40-yard dash with the Pro Bowlers, I would watch that. I would want to see who's faster between Cordell Patterson.
Yeah, because
and,
you know,
and
like
Reggie
Chris
Bush.
Johnson talks a lot of shit.
Yeah, I would want to see that. I would want to see a bench pressing contest with NFL Pro Bowlers. I would want to see something like that. You know, they can do that, but they don't want to do it. Yo, the worst.
Well, guys, that's our thoughts on the NBA All-Star Weekend. And I didn't watch much of it because I'm not interested. That's my point here in this video. I don't give a fuck about the NBA All-Star Game, the weekend, or anything like that.
You don't give a fuck with my left shoulder either. It's not on the screen.
Huh? What?
My left shoulder's not on the screen.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, this is...
No, you never cared. See, the
now, whole thing?
Now, oh, man. That's why I took the whole
But the thing is,
screen.
I lose one of my ears, man. What's more important?
I think my shoulder's more important than your ear.
Are you crazy? These sell the videos.
This is the most defined part of my body.
Your shoulders or your chest?
I just saw you rub missing too.
Because I saw you rub it over here.
I like rubbing it.
Your shoulders go real low. He said my shoulders are the most defined part of my body.
I said this. I didn't say my shoulders. I said this. Rewind it, bro.
You were talking about your shoulders, though.
Yeah, but my whole left side.
Hey, let me know.
Like page.
You can follow me at Idiot Sports Talk. You can follow him at Smarter Than You All.
No, I switched it, bro.
You did?
Yeah, it's Joe. Oh shit.
Oh shit. Follow him at Joe.
My
shit.
Instagram is Joe from Nowhere, and my Twitter is Joe Nowhere From, because somebody took Joe from Nowhere on Twitter.
That was the most confusing. You just confused the shit out of me
and
everybody else. They got to replay it 6 times. Or you go to the description box and get our Twitter handles. Did you just slap my ear? That's some bullshit.
Valuable. Be good,
guys. Hopefully. Damn, I thought that was a quick video. Came out to 17 minutes. Oh well.